Your salvation of Christ be a promise.
What happened? Call us at 457 9997. Activated mornings on WEFM 99.9. It's on now.
And it is 8:45 in our neck of the woods. Doc, what time is it by you? Is it? What's the time by you? 8:45? Dr. Gerald Thompson. All right, hold a second. Let's do that again. Is it 8:45 by you?
It is almost, so it's fine by me. We're ready to go.
Okay, so go right ahead. Yeah, this is Doc's commentary for today. Over to you, Doc.
Let me start off by really thanking you, Dianna. That topic that you just brought up, I think really needs something of a whole show. And I would have liked to have prepared a little better, in terms of addressing this, because it's something that's new. It's something that several universities and so have been recently identifying and so forth. And even though I was talking about blocked blood vessels, I want you to know that this condition has been identified in persons who, when they do the blood test that we call angiogram, they find the blood vessels totally clean and not blocked. But there is something else that takes place where the muscles of your blood vessels could undergo certain spasms. And it is through the whole process of stress, and there's also the other terms for it. When we talk about broken heart syndrome in a clinical, we use a number of other terms to describe it. And I wouldn't like it just to come down to broken heart, because that just narrows it down to a particular grouping who's had a broken heart, But I would like to pick up on this at another time. I could not leave what has been happening over the last few days, and I know you all would have touched on it in terms of emancipation. I must comment on this, Roleza and Dianna. As great a topic as broken heart syndrome is, and the big questions that would be coming out is, was this successful? What was the broad and specific impact? Was it worth it? Was it worth the money? Now, I have been following this since I left St. Vincent. I've watched every show. I've been able to follow the wake that took place. I'm going to be back in time for the drum circle on the 8th. But even last night, when Problem Child took the stage, really and truly, it was fascinating how that whole scenario and the days before had been put together. And I want to touch on I believe that this was very effective, well put together. And while I don't want to take away anything from our West Indies senior team that may have lost a 1-1 game a few days ago, that basically this also provided some element of hope. I think one of the greatest scenes was seeing the greats sitting down on a couch with almost 100 young talent female and male around them, asking them questions. People of all ages, even 7, 8 years old, putting questions to Clive Lloyd and Andy Roberts. What was it like when you were there? And what was this and so forth? And I think that would have been inspirational to these young individuals. What if next year there's a Viv Richards and a Brian Lara and other things like that? You know what I mean? I think that all that is so fascinating, that it's inspiring. It doesn't make us lose sight of what is happening with our senior team, but it basically would brought things to light. Now, besides the games, I'm not going to comment on the games itself, the excitement and so forth. I'm not even look at the crowd last night and crowds on other nights, because I was in communication with people from Asia, from Europe, from North America, from across the region. People were seeing this. This was a major promotion of Vincentian tourism and culture. You understand? It begs individuals from across the world to say, I would like to go there one day. Maybe I'll go there next month. Maybe I'll go there next year. But you can't buy this promotion. You can't pay for this promotion. It is promotion that would have gone viral. And the quality of the games, the excitement, I mean, I'm from the Leeward side, but truthfully, I'm a big fan of Keswick Williams, and so I was gunning for the Kingstown Kings and so forth a little bit. I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but I thought that there really was some excitement along the way, and I am taken away from this that St. Vincent and the Grenadines has been emboldened, and that millions of people from around the world, whether they only saw a clip or whether they'll be seeing clips, not during the live, but in the upcoming days and weeks, as they scroll through their phone and they see some highlights of the cultural performance, Dianna, or the game itself, a six, a boundary, and the heroics of our Grenadian friends and so forth who joined and so forth. I thought this was well executed, and it's going to be a major, major tourism promotion. So among all the other things that one could say about this criticism, there were people who said, don't attend, boycott it. But I think that did not happen last time in particular. And I don't know, I don't know if it was Photoshop. It was nice to see Keisha Shallow there at the game as well. That is fascinating, the dynamics of that, and that some people will explain that in many ways, a positive, as negatives and so forth of that. But one thing is that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is much better known around the world, has put some very positive vibes on West Indian cricket, has inspired a lot of youth and young people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and abroad, that maybe this is something with. And Dianna, I got to truly say, it's also highlighted our emancipation culture. And put a smile on a lot of people's face like yours, and it's put a smile on mine.
So, Samson, how you for sure believe in emancipation?
But I know this. I know you. It doesn't matter about the fringes and so forth. I know everybody will know that you basically are a person who, whether it's emancipation as a woman, whether it's emancipation as a creative, whether it's emancipation in terms of all aspects, you basically you're an in medical terms we call you an emancipated individual, because you have a child, you're a single person, we call you an emancipated woman, just on that basis,
Alrighty.
All right, any thoughts in relation to what Doc said?
Not really, well, the festival is over.
No.
The
The festival, Dianna, I'm going to stop you. Sorry, the festival is not over. It looks like the festival has just started. It's going to be an annual event. The build up.
right now,
Carnival is not over. You know what I
phase
mean?
one is done. Should I say
Okay.
that instead?
Yeah, okay.
Part one is done. So there may be a part to come in. It's done. Commendations to the organizers of this festival. I would leave it at that for now. Yeah.
All right. So, but Doc, is the festival actually going to be the cricket festival going to be an annual thing, or are we going to be having different types of festivals around Emancipation Day? Because that is the impression that I got. It's going to be different types of festivals, not necessarily cricket festivals. Doc? Doc is frozen. All right, I could talk when you know that. Anyway, all right, Doc is frozen, so he'll come back in there. But yeah, all I'm going to say is that Doc's commentary, and this is not just directed to Doc only. This is the type of commentary that I'm going to be expecting to say for the whole thing, right? Even for the rest of the week, right? That persons are going to sum it as being a resounding success. They are going to, well, those who, why do I have to pick my words? All right, well, anybody who knows me well enough would understand where it is I'm coming from, right? But I don't expect to hear anything differently that is going to be said for today and into the rest of the week, and maybe, extend it into the rest of the month, right? About it being a success and about the spill-off of benefits, because I know that yesterday I was listening to Issue at Hand. It was mentioned that the persons internationally, or something through the flow service, that over 1 million persons viewed it. So this is where the whole spill-off effect of the marketing of SDG and the tourism aspect and so forth, that is also going to be integrated into it in terms of many persons or more persons knowing about St. Vincent and the green beans, etc. So I'm not surprised at what is going to be said, and when it comes to certain discussions, I just would leave it alone, right? Because I feel like I would just be wasting my energies in a sense, because I know what is going to be said. So I just leave that there. All right, we see Dave calling. Hi Dave, morning. Well, you happy for Monday morning? I say you happy for Monday morning, but go ahead. All right, thank you, Dave. All right, so we recognize that there is a technical issue. We are going to try to have it addressed as quickly as possible. So we apologize for the persons who are not able to hear the calls on the live. We're going to see how quickly we can have that rectified. All right. I think we have somebody on the line. Jeff, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, that's what he said.
He put his leg between his tail and went to the game.
But
That's all I could say.
why view it in that way as opposed to him being a bigger person and saying, you know what,
But
not going to be
Yeah, but
involved in
it-
it, seeing like a childish thing or a back and forth between him and, well, PM, I suppose.
But he called it a circus. How can that when you call something a circus and now you want to go in there and think?
But you realize
Because
that,
I wrote,
but Jeff, you realize if he had not gone as well, that persons were going to say something. So whether he went or he didn't go, commentary was going to be made about it.
that's right. Well, that showed that's a defeat for him right there. Defeating not Leeward. He gone.
Well,
He gone. Well, he wasn't going to win anyway.
as the
Shoot.
president of
Man.
the cricket, I think it was kind of
Yes,
a kind of situation, as it relates to his presence at a cricket festival.
Yes. But you shouldn't make those statements. You think about it for educated men. You should have think of what he's saying before make those comments. Because it's going to haunt him. It's going to haunt him. But I enjoyed it. The fans enjoyed it. The kids enjoyed it. And like I said, if I was in St. Vincent, I would have been there because I was a cricketer myself. So come what whole, this is going to be right up until election. You all say maybe all this week, right up until election is going. All over.
Lord.
Other man calling another station and say he wants to listen to nice radio all day today to hear what they have to say.
Oh, jeez.
Because they talk about the money that being spent. He could have gone elsewhere or what I shouldn't. The same like when they was bringing the World Cup. They shouldn't take the World Cup because Jamaica was supposed to bid. They decided not going to bid because I guess election coming up. Oh, we're going to spend the money in Jamaica and do that. Friday said the same thing. Why St. Vincent want to take it? They should do like Jamaica. It turned out to be what I've heard that St. Vincent made the most money after Barbados. So you see him, I tell you, when the Prime Minister hit something, it going because you see, all the games went, no rain. You better watch that. No rain. Glory days. All right,
Jeff. All right.
You're not gonna hit back after Dave anyway because Dave and his politics. I hear him Saturday nights really same garbage, but that's Dave. All right. Have a good one, Angels.
You too. All right, Jeff.
All right.
All right, Kojo, call quick. Kojo, call quick. And Joshua wants to hear me say correctly. Kojo, call quickly. Okay? Call quickly. All right, so let me just, while I'm waiting for Kojo to call, I just want to say this. No, when I started my commentary in the very first instance on this, the very first commentary that I had on this, my thoughts were not against the festival, but it's just the origins or what was being said in terms of certain narrative that was pushed to prop it up, right? In a sense, to prop it up. What it is that I want to see happen, and I said it before, but I'm going to say it again, is that I do not want to see that this being an one-off situation, right? I don't want for this to be something that's happened in 2025, and we never see it happen again in 2026, 2027, etc., right? The components or the elements of it, I'm all for, right? I'm all for, let's say we having a national competition in terms of putting cricket in the spotlight. I'm all for that. I'm all for the students learning from the legends, etc. I'm all for it. But I do not want for this to be a one-off, and I don't want for it to be used necessarily just for political mileage, all right? And that's it. Kojo?
Yes. What's up?
What's up, Kojo?
You were talking about strong and weak and strong. Do you realize if you present yourself as a strong person, when you need people, people don't know you need them because you're the strong one. Simple.
Yeah.
So
Or sometimes you have no choice but to be strong. Like for me, who do I have to fall back on? You know, so I have no choice.
like take for instance, in a group of 5 or a group of 10, there's always going to be someone that everybody goes to. But nobody in that group will ever think that that person need them, like how they need the person. You know, so it's something here. If you're the strong one, you just have to be the strong one. Outside of your group, you need to find someone that you could relate to when you need that kind of stuff. Don't rely on your group, because your group won't think you're the strong one, and you use the floating driftwood, and when they're drunk, then they grab on you. And so just be the floating thing for that group, and you find yourself for someone outside of that group that you can work with.
Yeah.
That's for that part. In terms of the cricket, I enjoy cricket for the first time in 20-something years. I have never watched cricket. I grew up with a cricket father, so naturally everybody thought I was going to be a cricketer, but that didn't work out. I have never really watched cricket. And I tell you, for some reason, I was drawn to the cricket because of the bickering around the cricket. So I wanted to see.
Well, they say no publicity is bad.
No, whatever it is, so I was drawn to it because of that. I wanted to see if people would actually go out to enjoy cricket just for cricket, without the political mileage on it and all that kind of stuff. And I was pleased to see that people went there and they enjoy cricket. And I did enjoy cricket too for so many years. I even had people who don't even know about cricket watching some cricket. So, I mean, the whole thing is a success. And in terms of the annual thing, from what you're saying, I think what I heard from them is that the cricket is going to be an annual thing. So, I mean, unless something, I think they said the cricket will be an annual thing. And let's forget who said what and who said not. Cricket was played in St. Vincent. It was
all right. Kojo, you're dropping. You're dropping. Kojo, like you're gone into some deep hole. No. Well, much better.
To me, cricket is much more fun than back then. Back then, you go sit down and it's stand and the board. It's not mean, especially when they play them 4 or 5 days and 6 days cricket. You bored like that after day one.
All right.
So that's why I never used to go. But
all right.
Trust me, it was successful because they got me to watch. And really, just be the strong one for your friends and everything. Yeah.
Listen, being strong gets tiring. It's tiring. But anyways, we go pick that up and talk to us. Bye, Kojo. Okay, it's okay. All right, so we are well over time with this, so we are going to head on out. And anybody has anything else that you want to say or anything else you want to add, we'll take it up around 9:25, okay? But we are going to head directly into today's I almost said community dateline, folks.